Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Volunteer State Community College, where we are apparently having trouble again with our video. We'll be right back as I fix this situation.
Just talking to the alumni of the game down there.
Well, folks, we're having technical difficulties. I'm assuming you can hear me. But right now, we have no video. So I will have to do some work on this. Hopefully we can. I do hear the video or the audio now, but
leading off,
hopefully
5, Brody Baloo.
We'll get this fixed. I might have to stop the stream and start it back, but we'll do that after a half inning here as we are underway. Caden Johnson out on the mound to face Brody Baloo, and we are underway at 3:05 Central Time. We are having issues today with our electronics. 52 degrees as we get started. 1 ball, 1 strike. Caden Johnson, left-hander out of Huntsville, Alabama, facing the left-handed batter Brody Baloo. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to the Chat State center fielder. He's going to look at a pitch somewhere, guessing that was high. It was right down the middle of the plate. Brody Baloo, 6 times to the plate he's come, and all 6 times he has reached first base.
Now batting.
Sorry, as I try to figure out what's happening here with our cameras. They worked for game 1. This is game 2 of our 2 7-inning contests here. Games 1 and 2 of the 3-game series. Caden Johnson struggling to get the ball over the plate, just as Caleb Pico was in game 1. Kate Chamley, the third baseman, up for Chat State. Throw over to first base. Ballou is back in time. Chamley was 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. He walked twice in game 1. From McDonough, Georgia, 6'1", 170 pounds. Beautiful sunny day, but cool and crisp as Christian Dunn catches strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike on Cade Chamley, the third baseman. Ball 2. Chat State won game 1, 8-2 in a 5-run second inning. Twelve walks given up by Pioneer pitching. Fouled off to the right side. So I can get you a little bit of the field microphone. Here count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes with C.J. Morrow, the second baseman, on deck. Johnson delivers. Breaking pitch. Christian Dunn wanted that one. Not called a strike. Right on the outside corner. But Full Count Ministries, full count. Johnson comes in with a 2-0 record. This is his 5th appearance of the year. 4th start. Runner goes. Pitch is sliced into the first base dugout. Ballou will come back. Ballou with 2 stolen bases in game 1 of the doubleheader. That gives him 11 for the year. Young man who came in hitting .473, at the time second in the conference. Picked up his 30th RBI, which also at the beginning of the day, 29 RBIs led. Runner goes again. Pitch is ball 4, just outside. The first 2 have walked after Coach McGuire saw 12 free passes along with a hit batter in game 1 of the doubleheader. And now 2 on, nobody out. C.J. Morrow, 3-hole hitter. Chance he might try to lay down a bunt here. Walker Strange, our third baseman, in game 2 of the doubleheader. Logan Molnar at short. Corbin Overbay over at second. Connor Paul back at first base. And Christian Dunn behind the plate. Runner starts to go. Pitch is attempted to be bunt, whereas he pulled the bat back, and pitch is called a ball. Gage Hoover, our left fielder, Zach Zimmerly in center, and Stephen Bell back out there in right field. Wind blowing in from center field directly toward home plate. Johnson at the stretch and delivers another bunt attempt. This time, Walker Strange tried to reach out to make the catch in foul territory, but cannot. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm having technical difficulties with my camera system here. I had a little bit in game 1. Not sure what happened between game 1 and 2, but I'll do my best to figure it out. It might be the 4 hours that A.J. Fawson and I spent up here on Friday. I don't know what in the world we did. 1-1, no bunt this time. A swing and a miss by Morrow. Morrow was 0 for 2 in game 1. Walked 3 times and scored 1. Grounded into 2 double plays. There were 3 due-dat double plays turned by the Pioneers in game 1 of the doubleheader. 8 runs, 7 hits for Chat State. 2 runs and 2 hits for the Pioneers. Just down low, the runner is going to take off for third base from second on the high toss back from the catcher. Heads up play there by Brady Ballou as he gets a stolen base. And that will hopefully be a learned lesson from Christian Dunn that you can't lob the ball back to the pitcher with runners on base. A missed ball 2. We have a full count, Ministries full count. Caden Johnson in danger of walking the 3rd straight batter. Cade Chamley now at first and Ballou on at 3rd base. Full count there, he takes off, and there is ball 4. The bases are now loaded. Going to have a visit. I'm going to go ahead and take a quick break while we have this visit and see if I can fix this camera. Be right back. And we have video, folks. Connor Sakulo will step to the plate with the bases loaded and nobody out. Who thinks an old man can't learn something? Strike called on the first pitch to Sakulo. Caden Johnson has walked the first 3. Come to the plate here for Chat State. Sakulo did not play in game 1, right-handed hitting DH. Don't have the last name of our home plate umpire today. He was late arriving here on the campus of Volunteer State. I go in typically an hour or 45 minutes before the game starting to get names of our umpires. Eric Dunsford was here, but all I got was the last name of Luis from Murfreesboro. There's a strike at the knees. And Johnson ahead in the count. He needs a strikeout here in the worst way. Sorry, Mimi, that we couldn't get those first 3 batters, but that would have been negative for the Johnson family. There's a swing and a miss. And Johnson gets that elusive out number 1 on a swinging strikeout.
Up to bat, number 32.
Scotty Dean steps to the plate. Dean 2 for 4 in game 1, had 2 RBIs, scored a run. Both of his base hits were right between the first baseman and second baseman into right field. See if he goes that way this time. It does not have a chance. Doesn't reach out and swing at that fastball. Dean from Clarksville, Tennessee, went to Rossview High School. He's a Rossview Hawk. The Hawks played here against the Hendersonville Commandos as he swings through that fastball. VolState hosted a high school game here on Thursday night. I may have said Tuesday. It's Thursday night. Rossview Hawks came in to play the Hendersonville Commandos. Hendersonville's home field at Drakes Creek Park has been damaged due to a tornado back in December, so Hendersonville playing their first 2 home games here at Pioneer Field at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. They will host Liberty Creek on next Tuesday. Rossview won that game 11-1. We've got 2 Rossview Hawks playing in this game for Chattanooga State. Scotty Dean looks at a fastball up. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Reed Leonard, the starting pitcher for the Tigers, also from Rossview. See a teammate of yours, Brody, at the Clarksville Whirlybirds last year, or did Reed Leonard play somewhere else? He played in the Ohio Valley League. I can't remember if he played just outside as Johnson loses his lid for the first time.
It's not there for my 10-year-old.
Brody Melton, our clock operator, also known as a scoreboard operator, the Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard. Played for the Clarksville Whirlybirds at the beginning of their season in the Ohio Valley League, Summer Collegiate League. Swing and a miss, and Johnson gets another strikeout. After walking the first three batters, now gotten Sakulo and Dean on strikes. Brings up Jonathan Vagoa, who is back behind the plate
Now batting number
for
8.
the Tigers here for the second straight game. He was 1 for 3 in game 1. Hit by a pitch, had a bunt single. Caden Johnson trying to duplicate what Caleb Pika did, as Brody Ballou does it all. Third base. And we have video issues again, folks. Again, I'm not sure what's happening here. Well, we'll try to fix it, but should still have audio going. So I apologize for that. Bases are loaded. Count is 0-1. There's a drive out to center field. Zach Zimmerly to his right, and he will make the catch for out number 3. And Caden Johnson does what Caleb Pika did, wiggled off the hook. After 3 straight walks, got 3 straight outs. And no runs, no hits, no errors. 3 runners left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the first. We'll try to fix our video issues again. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Leading off.
And we're back with some live video. Gonna have to get my number 1 man on this job, AJ Fawson from right here in VolState. Not sure what our issues are with our videos. Haven't had this raise its ugly head too often, but Logan Molnar leads off for the Pioneers. Molnar was 1 for 4 in game 1 of the doubleheader. Reed Leonard, breaking pitch, curves around the inside corner for a called strike. That's a check swing that will go foul. He hit off a tree and lands right in front of the maintenance shed. Just past the seating area down the first baseline. Molnar down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Didn't get a chance to get to our Toyota of Gallatin starting lineups. Molnar check swing, and they will say he went. And that is the first out of the inning. I thought it should have been a called strike.
Zach Zimmerly.
Thought it would have been, but called it on the swing. Zach Zimmerly will step to the plate with one out. His father, Jody, was our Alley Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlight for game one. He swings and fouls that one off our catcher, knocks his mask off. Zimmerly did not play in game one of the doubleheader. From Hendersonville High School, he was up here in the booth with me for the first couple innings in that high school game. I broadcasted that on the Full Count broadcast network. Leonard pours another one in there. That is 5 straight strikes to start the game. Zimmerly comes in hitting .227. This is game number 8, 7th start of the year. Looks at ball one. One ball, 2 strikes. Zimmerly playing center field today. He's played all 3 outfield positions this year. Looks at a 1-2 pitch. Fouls that one off. Nice fastball by Reed Leonard. That ball came back in on Zimmerly's hands. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck, Stephen Bell. Leonard pitches from the stretch and delivers a ground ball to shortstop. Trevison up and in the dirt, but picked out of there by Scotty Dean to retire Zach Zimmerly.
Number 22, Stephen Bell.
Stephen Bell steps to the plate. Bell was 0 for 1 in game 1. He hit a sacrifice bunt and a walk. Comes to the plate with nobody on, 2 out. From Ravenwood High School, transfer from Alderson Broadus, 4-year school. He squares the bunt and offers at the high fastball with Cade Chamley about in his front pocket as he was charging hard from third base. Stephen Bell played in the Ohio Valley League this past summer, played for the Hoptown Hoppers, and he drills a shot to the second baseman. C.J. Morrow on 1 hop picks it up, throws over to Dean for a 1-2-3 inning for the Pioneers. We will head to the second. Hopefully we'll keep our video going. Listening to the Full Count broadcast, not the Full Count. That's Tuesday night, the VolState Sports Network. Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. We move to the top of the second inning. Chat State sends 7, 8, and 9. Braden Graves, Mason Page, Colin Trevison. 3 due up to face Caden Johnson here in the top of the second inning. First pitch, breaking pitch in there for a called strike. Good start for CJ, the big brother of Miles. And a birthday last weekend. Swing and a miss. 16-year-old Miles Johnson, son of Joe and Shayna Johnson. Out of Huntsville, Alabama, swing and a miss. Caden Johnson loses his lid, but he gets strike 3 swinging. Third strikeout of the game.
Up to bat, number 1, Mason Page.
Johnson in 14 innings this year has 20 strikeouts. 2.57 ERA coming into today's game. Has a complete game no-hitter to his credit already this year. 2 weeks ago down in Millington, Tennessee, just outside of Memphis. Misses with the first 2 offerings to Mason Page. Did not play in game 1, but sophomore returning from Palmetto, Florida. It's down near where both Reed Mashinsky and Noah Eatman are from, in the Tampa area. Noah Eatman from Parrish, Florida, and Reed Mashinsky from Bradenton, Palmetto. That pitch missed somewhere. Count goes 3 balls and 1 strike. Palmetto, I believe, is where my brother has a summer home. Just outside of Tampa. Strike 2 called on the inside corner as Page thought he had to slide away from that. Well, the Full Count Ministries full count. Stay tuned after game 2. We'll have another Full Count Ministries verse of the game. And there is ball 4, the 4th walk of the ball game by Caden Johnson. Walked the first 3 batters that he faced in the ball game, and struck out the next 2 and got the 6th to fly out to Zach Zimmerly in center field. Retired Braden Graves on strikes to start the inning, but walks Mason Page. Now Colin Trevison steps in. Starts to go. They want to check out with the base umpire, Mr. Eric Dunsford, who says no. Trevison was the starting shortstop and 9-hole hitter for the Tigers in game 1. He went 1 for 3, scored a run. There's a throw over to first base. First base coach, well, I believe is their pitching coach, Dion Felger, says that's a balk. But the only opinion that matters is that base umpire who says no. And the pitch delivered, fouled off to the right side. That'll get into the trees. MGM Industries foul ball. I want to thank MGM Industries and Right Rug Flooring, Dudek Communications, Coca-Cola for their donations, and support of VolState Athletics, the help in getting our press box remodeled and brought up to date. Although now one of the injured players is looking for a couch to be put up here. I guess he wants to take a nap while the game's going on. Did say he slept through game 1. There's a breaking pitch in there for a called strike. He will remain nameless, but he did go to Hendersonville High School. So if you want to check the roster. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, 1 on. Breaking pitch is just a little high. We'll have another Full Count Ministries full count. Brody Ballou standing on deck. Been on base every time he's come to the plate. There's a throw over to first. Again, first base coach lobbying for a balk call. High chopper to the right side. It should go foul and will. Johnson off the mound quickly. It's a full count first pitch foul ball. No score as we struggle through some technical difficulties here today. We've had audio issues. We got Wi-Fi problems up here in the press box, and definitely video issues. We got scoreboard problems. We're going to plow right on through, though. Full count pitch. See if the runner takes off. He will not, and the pitch is inside. Ball 4. It puts 2 on with the leadoff batter stepping in.
Now batting number 5, Brody Ballou.
Brody Ballou, freshman out of Siegel High School in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, apparently by way of San Diego, California. Shows that that's where he's from on the roster that you print off of the Chattanooga State baseball website.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So 1 out. Ballou swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Out of play to the left side. On the very first pitch he saw from Caleb Pika in game 1, he hit a hard ground ball down the third base line for a double. Ended up walking his next 2 plate appearances and then had another single in the left field. His last at-bat was another walk. And he walked to lead this game off. Starts to offer at that fastball inside and does not count. Now it goes 1 ball, 1 strike. .58", 165-pound freshman. Breaking pitch. And a late call by our home plate umpire says strike 2. .52 degrees, felt like 48 at first pitch. Wind blowing in. That gets out of Christian Dunn's glove, but not far enough for any runner to advance. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 3 of the series will be tomorrow right back here at VolState at 1 p.m. Central Time. All conference series are originally scheduled for a 9-inning game on a Friday and a doubleheader on Saturday, but weather caused a problem. Another foul ball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bobby Hudson, athletic director for the Pioneers, is at the basketball conference tournament at Motlow State. Not sure how that's going. I could get on here and check here soon. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the first time that Brody Ballou has been retired today. So he strikes out on a breaking pitch, low and away.
Now batting
4th strikeout for Caden Johnson. Now 2 outs in the inning. Cade Chamley steps to the plate. He also walked in the first inning. He's walked 3 times today. Chattanooga State with 7 hits, 8 runs in game 1. Fouled off to the right side. That will hit just underneath the light standard behind the first base dugout. Thank you for joining us today on the VolState YouTube channel. A 1 pitch is high. Like the semifinals are today in basketball. Fouled off. No, those semifinals will be tomorrow, I guess. Columbia State against Walter State and Southwest Tennessee against Chattanooga State. Pitch goes outside. Now moves to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Okay. Go, baby, right here.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Breaking pitch is just a little high to Chamley. We'll have another full count. Ministries full count. Runners will be on the move. In women's action today, Chattanooga State defeated Columbia State. Three-two pitch, fouled off to the right side. We'll do it again. Jackson State in baseball is taking on Southwest Tennessee in their third game, rubber game of the match, as they split the doubleheader yesterday, each team winning 13-4. 3-2 pitch, another foul ball. Columbia State is at Roane State. Cleveland State is at Dyersburg State. It looks like Dyersburg State is, unless that's maybe the 9-inning game they're playing, Dyersburg State up 3-2. Another walk loads the bases.
Now batting.
Now the number 3 hole hitter, C.J. Morrow, step in with 2 outs and the bases loaded, and for the second straight inning, Caden Johnson's going to have to get out of a bases loaded jam. Morrow walked but was stranded at first, and he looks at a fastball up. Morrow from Ontario, 5'8", 175-pound sophomore. Nice block by Christian Dunn to keep the runners from moving up. Count goes 2-0. Morrow hit .376 last year, played in 57 games, according to the NJCAA website. 64 hits, 13 doubles, a triple, a home run. 41 RBIs. He looks in a ball 3. Johnson, just like Pico, is having trouble finding the strike zone. Last year's team had 7 players that had over 40 RBIs for the season. There is ball 4, and there's an RBI. As Chattanooga State takes the lead on a bases-loaded walk.
Now batting, number 10, Connor Sakulo.
7th walk of the game by Caden Johnson. He's a hit away from being in big trouble here. Shot in the gap. Could unload the bases. Connor Sakulo struck out with bases loaded in the first. There's a strike called on the outside corner at the letters. Chattanooga State came into the weekend ranked number 18 in the country in Division I junior college baseball. That one's about neck high. Sakulo is a sophomore from San Juan Capistrano, California, 6'1", 195 pounds. He's a sophomore. Hit .211 a year ago. Started to go on that breaking pitch. So we'll check out the base umpire, who says he did not go. Sakulo playing in his 12th game, 8th start of the year, hitting .304. A couple doubles, a home run, 10 RBIs. In the DH spot today, we'll also play first base from time. He catches one on the inside corner. Or called strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Johnson trying to get out of another bases loaded jam and leave him loaded. Another fly ball out to center field. Zach Zimmerly moves over into right center field this time and makes the catch. That's the second inning in a row that he has made the final out on a fly ball into the outfield. The Tigers scratch for 1 here in the second on no hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base, 7 walks in the game, and Chattanooga State has not been able to take advantage of those 7 walks, only to the tune of 1 run. We're headed to the bottom of the second. This is Tim Reese here on the campus of Volunteer State Community College on the VolState Sports Network. Still looking for the first hit of the ball game for either team.
Cannon Lewis.
As Cannon Lewis will step to the plate. Sorry, I think I was up a little bit high on my volume there. And Cannon Lewis is going to get plunked in a little of the upper back, maybe, if he's got a wallet that he wears around his waist. And he will trot on down to first base.
Runner Paul.
First base runner for Pioneers. Cannon Lewis hit by a pitch in the first game. Drove in the first run of the game, the Framework Athletics first run of the game. Connor Paul had 1 of 2 hits in game 1. Double in the left center field. Looks at ball 1. That was Connor Paul's first extra base hit of the year, according to the NJCAA website. Try to make sure that information is correct. Jonathan Vagoa behind the plate for the second straight game as Paul gets that one off of the backstop screen, that it then rolls over the screen into the stands. It's the sound you heard. 2-1 count. That's a double play ball. Ground ball to Trevison on to second, on to first base, and Connor Paul with the hustle on the high chopper, and he beats that throw out. So not a double play. Grounds into a fielder's choice. Cannon Lewis will go have a seat.
Number 23, Christian Dunn.
Christian Dunn steps to the plate. Sophomore from Collierville, Tennessee. Dunn hitting .263. This is his 9th game of the year, 6th start. Pops that one up and out of play. Count now goes no balls and 2 strikes. Christian Dunn and Connor Paul lead the team with 8 RBIs apiece. I know that Christian Dunn got several of those in just a couple games. I think Connor Paul had a 5 RBI game, as a matter of fact. And Dunn's going to take a breaking pitch in the upper shoulder. So the first 2 have reached via the plunking.
Now batting, number 17, Walker Strange.
Walker Strange steps to the plate with runners at first and second. Connor Paul, of course, reached on the fielder's choice. So see my email address up there if you want to join the show. You send me an email, treesports@gmail.com. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from, and who you're rooting for. I give shout outs to the opposing team as well. 1 out, 2 on. Walker Strange, he's going to get plunked as well. So Reed Leonard just does not have the feel for that breaking pitch right now. And let's see if we're going to get a visit. And we will get a visit from Dion Felger, the pitching coach. As 3 bruises have been administered here. Caden Johnson, he just walks them, but right now Reed Leonard has hit as many batters in this inning as he has all year long. He has 3 hit batters. Comes in with a 9.26 ERA in 23 innings of work, giving up 28 hits, 25 runs, 24 earned. A 2-2 record in 6 appearances. It says that he only has, I think, like 1 start, but I don't think that's accurate because it also showed that Charlie Smith only had 1 start. Charlie Smith doesn't do anything but start games, so if it says Charlie Smith has 6 appearances, that means he has 6 starts. That's what I went with, but I didn't go back and look at Reed Leonard's games to see if he actually did start those games, so I can't keep everybody's stats straight.
Gage Hoover.
So Gage Hoover will step to the plate with the bases juiced. VolState with a golden opportunity to take the lead as 2023 Mr. Baseball Award winner steps to the plate. Freshman Gage Hoover from Stewart's Creek High School. Game 1, we had 2 Creekers, Lex Falsoni and Reggie Cooper. Fastball driven into left field. That's a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Jim McGuire will hold the runner up at third base, and a Framework Athletics first run of the game comes in on Gage Hoover's base hit to tie this one up 1-1. Gage Hoover, the son of Mike Hoover, who graciously purchased an outfield sign for Accurate Mortgage out there in left center field. They have locations at both Cool Springs and Smyrna. You can get a hold of Accurate Mortgage at accuratemtg.com. Mike Hoover. Corbin Overbay steps in with bases loaded. Breaking pitch didn't even come close to Corbin Overbay, but it came close to that outside corner, though. But called a ball. Nice attempt by Cade Chamley down there at third base, but just got by his outstretched glove. Leonard now 2 balls and no strikes to the sophomore from Sevierville, Tennessee, Sevier County High School, Corbin Overbay, son of Drew and Heather Overbay. The fastball catches the inside corner. So Cannon Lewis led off the inning, was hit by a pitch. Connor Paul grounded into a fielder's choice, then back-to-back hit batters, and a single produced the first run, and Overbay has to lean away from a fastball that rides inside. Count now goes 3-1. Leonard retired the first 3 batters he faced. Strikeout and 2 groundouts, but run into trouble here in the bottom of the second inning. Ball 4 will drive in a run. And the Pioneers take a 2-1 lead. Had the lead briefly in
Logan Molnar.
game 1, but 5-run second inning by Chat State gave them a lead they would never relinquish. And now Logan Molnar steps to the plate as a right-hander starts to get loose in the Chattanooga State bullpen. Molnar struck out on 3 pitches in the first, swings and misses at that breaking pitch. With as cold as it is out here today, that wind is biting. Probably difficult for the pitchers to get a good grip, especially on the breaking pitch. And here's another breaker that's fouled down the third base line. As Leonard gets ahead. I think Reed Leonard was the 3rd pitcher in the 3 games last week against Dyersburg. Getting game 2 here as that pitch misses. Must have been down. That was way too close to be taken on 0-2. See the wind whipping out there on some of the clothing, umpires' pants at times. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Molnar down on strikes. 4 out, number 2. It's the 2nd strikeout
Now batting, number
of the
9,
game for Leonard. Both of them have been on Logan Molnar. So Zach Zimmerly steps to the plate to the tune of Johnny Cash from Hendersonville, Tennessee. He may not have originally been from Hendersonville, but that's where he ended up, as Zach Zimmerly looks at a called strike on a breaking pitch. Bases are loaded. Another breaking pitch around that inside corner. Zimmerly grounded out to short. Oh, 2 pitch. Zim had an RBI waiting right there if he had just left that left arm where it was. He takes ball 1. Lady Pioneers taking on the Lady Green Jays of Jackson State down in Jackson. Have no scores for those games. Doubleheader today for women's softball. 2-2 pitch. Zimmerly can't hold up there as he swings and misses. Had a check swing. Reed Leonard comes back and strikes out the final 2 batters of the inning. But the Pioneers take the lead on 2 runs. There was 1 hit, 3 hit batters, and 1 walk. 3 runners were left on. VolState leads after 2, 2-1. Want to thank some of our sponsors here that we don't always get a chance to thank. Wilson Bank and Trust. Tommy Decker, Assistant Vice President, Loan Officer over at Wilson Bank and Trust in Hendersonville. He's a former player at MTSU for Jim McGuire, who was there for 26 years, 20 as an assistant to Steve Peterson, and 6 as a head coach. Tommy Decker, independent over at Wilson Bank Trust, independent community-based bank, headquartered in Lebanon with locations throughout Middle Tennessee. Also, the Curbing Edge, another former player, Troy Harp. He and his wife Stacy are owners of the Curbing Edge, decorative concrete curbing company in Rutherford County since 2002. You can get a hold of Nashville Curbing, or get a hold of them at nashvillecurbing.com. We have a Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for Pioneers as Kate Johnson is now out of the ball game. Brett Dowling is the new pitcher, 6'2", 195-pound sophomore from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. Went to Green Hill High School, a brand new high school in Wilson County. He's a computer science major here at VolState, the son of Chad and Shelley Dowling, brother to Ashley and Aaron. Has a granddaddy in Bowling Green, a grandma in Portland, Tennessee, a poppy in Madison, Alabama, and a nana in Central City, Kentucky. He is on in relief of, where in the world that one come from? Caden Johnson. Brett Dowling on for his 6th appearance of the year, all in relief. He has an 0-2 record. 7 2/3 innings, 6 hits, 9 runs. 8 are earned, walked 8, struck out 9. And he will be on to see if he can stifle these excellent hitters here at Chattanooga State.
Leading off, number 32, Scotty Dean.
He will face 5, 6, and 7 in the Chattanooga State lineup. Caden Johnson goes 2 innings, does not give up a hit, does give up a run, walks 7 batters. We move to the top of the 3rd. First pitch by Dowling is down in the dirt. All natural surface here at Pioneer Field. Just a little bit of AstroTurf, probably. That's how long ago that's been in there. What they probably used to call AstroTurf. Scotty Dean swings and misses. Dean struck out in the 1st. Caden Johnson had 4 of them in the game. Did not hit a batter. Dowling out there pitching with the lead, gets a foul ball to the screen. Count now goes 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tapper foul at the plate. VolState pitching today has issued 19 walks and hit a batter. So that's 20 free passes. Only 7 hits allowed to this point. Losing game 1, 8-2. Now lead 2-1 here in game 2 of the doubleheader. The end of spring break for Tennessee Junior College. Back to school it is tomorrow. Just a little bit high and inside. Goes back to a full count, Ministries full count to Scotty Dean, the first baseman for Chattanooga State. Freshman from Clarksville's Rossview High School. quite a few freshmen starting. Fastball misses just down, and there is the 20th walk of the day.
Now batting, number 8, Jonathan Bagoa.
Jonathan Bagoa flew out to center field in the first inning. It was the final out, as both innings to this point, the final out's been made by Zach Zimmerly on a fly ball to center field, both times with the bases loaded. Dean leads off of first, and the pitch fouled straight back. Check swing, foul ball.
Pitch camera adjust.
Some brave souls up here at Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. It is. I don't think I'd want to be out there watching a doubleheader as cold as it is. Throw over to first. Dean back in time. Better come ready. 1-2 pitch is coming. At the knees for a called strike 3. I think our umpire's ready to get this thing moving around as well.
Now batting, number 31, Braden Graves.
These two guys are probably saying this is way too many walks for a college baseball game. Braden Graves steps to the plate. He looks at ball one. He struck out to lead off the second inning. I would venture to say every starter, at least in game one, has walked at least once. Blues walked 4 times today, as has Chamley. Morrow's walked 5 times. Dean has only walked once, and he's standing on first base. Jonathan Bagoa has not walked, but he's been hit by a pitch. Runner started to go and then held up. Pitch is fouled back. So Jonathan Bagoa would be the only batter, I guess. He's played in both games that has not walked. Pitch, another foul ball off to the right side. That'll get into the woods. Caleb Pica, our starting pitcher for game one. Looks like he is out after that one. Sitting directly between the press boxes. There's a throw over between the field and the press box in front. So apparently no live stat scoring down in Jackson. There's a pitch right down the can as Graves takes that one. Let me get that second strike up there so that now I can get that third strike.
Now batting,
Back to back backward K's in the book. Brett Dowling with his first 2 strikeouts of the ball game. That's throw over to first. Dean back. So now 2 outs after the leadoff walk to Scotty Dean. Pitch is inside to Mason Page. Page walked and scored in the second inning. Gage Hoover in left, Zach Zimmerly in center, Stephen Bell in right. Walker Strange at third base, Logan Molnar at short, Corbin Overbay at second, Connor Paul at first. There's a fastball at the letters on the outside corner, called strike. Christian Dunn behind the plate. Brett Dowling, second pitcher on for VolState here in game 2 of the doubleheader, looking to get a split. And then win the series tomorrow. VolState went to Chat State last year in the first conference series of the year. Lost first game of the series and then came back and won the next 2. Took the series 2-1 to the ultimate conference tournament champion, Chat State. Walter State won the regular season conference title, but Chat State had a fantastic tournament. Fouled off to the right side. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mason Page. Colin Trevison is on deck. Dowling, his fastball is down in the dirt, blocked by Christian Dunn. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Dean will be running, or should be running. We are set for action here. Throw over to first. Appreciate you joining us on this Sunday afternoon on the VolState Sports Network. Runner goes. Full count, first pitch, foul ball off to the right side. Mason Page hangs in there tough. 5'11", 190-pound sophomore. Page hit right at 300. 21 games played, started 14. Had 15 hits, 2 doubles, a triple, and a home run, 9 RBIs. According to the junior college website, there's a ground ball to short. 2 hops, Logan Molnar throws on the run. Over to Connor Paul for out number 3. And Brett Dowling gets out of the leadoff walk to Scotty Dean. Almost a 1-2-3 inning. Have not had one of those today for VolState defense. Pretty sure that is the case. Feel reasonably confident of that. Chattanooga State batted around in the second inning of game 1. 10 to the plate. Yeah, there was no 3-batter. I don't even think there was a 4-batter inning. Now the last inning was a 4-batter inning. Let's thank some more sponsors. The Rock Place, another former player for Coach McGuire over at MTSU. You got some loyal players who have come to his aid here at VolState to help improve the facilities. Lee Marbett played for Coach McGuire in the late 1990s, donated crushed rock for our warning track out here in the fall. He provides hardscape and landscape supplies at The Rock Place. Visit him on the web at therockplacetn.biz or call 615-459-9200. They have locations in Smyrna, Spring Hill, and Nashville. Haven't had our Jersey Mike's first sub of the game yet, but had half of my number 9 Club Supreme between games. I want to thank Julie Garrett Johnson and Michelle Fuller over at Jersey Mike's sub, a sub above, located right across the street from the VolState campus. We head to the bottom of the third inning. Pioneers lead 2-1. Stephen Bell will step to the plate here, facing Reed Leonard on for his third inning of work. Bell swings at the first pitch, lines one out to right field, right at Mason Page. One pitch, one out. Bell now 0 for 2 here in game 2. Was 0 for 1 in game 1. Cannon Lewis steps to the plate. He's just hoping a pitch doesn't hit him. Been hit twice today as he looks at a breaking pitch. Starts at his left hip and lands across the plate. Cannon Lewis came in hitting .429 and had 3 hits. That one's drilled out to center field, but Brody Ballew's not had a lot of work out there in center field. Moves over into left center field to make the catch for out number 2. So 2 down quickly here in the bottom of the third. Connor Paul will step to the plate. Reached on a fielder's choice and scored the Framework Athletics first run of the game on an RBI single by Gage Hoover. So a pitch right over the plate for strike 1. Paul had a double in game 1. Was 1 for 2. Also reached on a walk. Been sitting on 8 RBIs for a little while. Going to be difficult to get one here with the wind blowing in. Really hadn't been a lot that has scared the warning track today. Reed Leonard tried to step on one there, and Jonathan McGough didn't want to really have any part of that one. Was able to get a glove on it. Count goes 2 balls and a strike to the Pioneer first baseman from Ravenwood High School. Breaking pitch catches the outside corner. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. On deck, Christian Dunn hoping to get an at-bat here in the third. Two-two pitch. And the entire infield, including Reed Leonard, started heading toward their dugout. But our home plate umpire did not agree with their assessment of where that pitch was. We'll have a Full Count Ministries Full Count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have another Full Count Ministries verse of the game. We'll get one from the New Testament. Ground ball as Paul hooks one. Breaking pitch outside, grounds out to the first baseman for out number 3. So a 3 up, 3 down for Reed Leonard after he faced 8 in the second. After 3, still 2-1 VolState. We're scheduled for 7 here in game 2 of the doubleheader. Thanks for joining us on the VolState Sports Network.
Now batting. Number
Tim Reese
4,
back on the VolState Sports Network, where we move to the top of the fourth inning. 9-1-2 scheduled for Chat State to face Brett Dowling out for his second inning of work. Colin Trevison, who walked in the second, looks at ball one. Brandy Zimmerly checked in on the email at treesports@gmail.com. That pitch is fouled off, an MGM Industries foul ball, thanks to Joe Gaskins, buddy of mine, for these custom windows up here in the newly remodeled. Now not quite as newly remodeled. Been over a year now. There's a ground ball up the middle. Molnar on the move, throws from down around his shins and gets one over to Connor Paul for out number one. Nice play by Logan Molnar. Loves to throw on the run, does a fantastic job of it. All right, so we got some of the Zimmerly family that are here. I assume Jody and Brandy are here. Zach's Mimi and Mr. Bill watching online from Hendersonville. As Brody Ballou steps to the plate. He swings at a ground ball, or swings and hits a ground ball safely into left field for his third hit of the game, or of the day. Only been retired one time. Got 3 hits, all to the left side.
Out to that. Number 3, Cade Chamley.
Cade Chamley will step to the plate with 1 out and 1 on. The first hit of the ball game for Chat State. Each team now has 1. See if Ballou takes off. He does not on the first pitch. There's strike called to Chamley. Throw over to first. Ballou is back. Another throw over to first. Zach has another set of grandparents down in the Memphis area. I believe they emailed me from when we were down in Millington. Sonny and Peggy Berryhill near the Lakeland Cordova area. They're watching. Pitch swung on and missed. And our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone Alumni Spotlight for Game 1. Jody Zimmerly's parents probably watching online as well. Thank you for the email, Brandy. Just missed. 0-2 pitch. And the second email from Brandy says that Zach's Aunt Amanda and Uncle Ray are here in person. Fouled off to the right side, and that will get off the maintenance shed. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Breaking pitch down in the dirt, blocked by Christian Dunn. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Linkfield still watching from down in Frisco. No, he's not in Frisco. He's going to be over in Chattanooga, I'm assuming. Player on the Chat State team that... Connor, you don't have to let me know on the email, but I'm assuming you were injured. Played the first 6 games and hadn't played since, I don't think. But we have a Full Count Ministries full count. To Cade Chamley, runner goes, pitch is swung on and missed, throw down to second base, trickles into center field where the subject of the Zach Zimmerly fan club will pick that ball up.
9, CJ Morrow.
So strike 3 retires Chamley. Route number 2, and Ballou picks up his second stolen base of the game and his fourth on the day. Now C.J. Morrow, who's walked in his first two plate appearances here in Game 2, will step to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Dowling picks up his third strikeout of the game. Chat State took the lead in the top of the second with 1 run on no hits. VolState scored 2 runs on 1 hit. Dowling whirls to throw to second base, but there's not a fielder there, so that's his one and only disengagement for this batter. Lots of new rules for pitchers and timeouts and things like that. Breaking pitch catches the inside corner. Nice pitch by the sophomore from Green Hill High School. Not a lot of hits in Game 1. 7 for Chat State, 2 for VolState, and 1 each here in this ball game as that pitch is fouled off. So a lot of action in the TCCAA. Another ground ball foul down the right field line. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. On deck, Connor Sakulo, the designated hitter. C.J. Morrow with 5 walks on the day in 7 plate appearances. The other 2, he's grounded into a double play. This time, he goes down looking on a called strike 3 to end the inning. Brett Dowling now with 4 strikeouts in his 2 innings of work. No runs, 1 hit. It's the first hit of the game. And it's picked up by, no big surprise, Brody Ballou, who now has 3 of the 8 hits for Chat State. No errors, 1 runner left on base. We will head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Be right back on the VolState Sports Network. We're back. Had some more camera issues. Apologize again. And you missed another hit by pitch.
Number 17, Walker Rain.
Christian Dunn gets plunked for the 2nd time. That is the 4th plunking of the game by Reed Leonard. Back out there for Chat State. Walker Strange steps to the box. Looks at ball 1. right, I think we're good. What was that? Thought I saw a flash of light over here.
I think it's somebody's glasses.
Okay. Too bright a sunny day to have lightning off to my left. If I'm seeing lightning now, might need to call the ambulance. Walker Strange was hit by a pitch as well in the second inning. Fouls that one off to the right side. Redshirt freshman transfer from Lipscomb University. He's from Knoxville. He went to Christian Academy of Knoxville. It's several Knoxville folks here. Parker White from Knoxville West High School. Walker Strange from CAK, and Landon Luderman from Knox Catholic. Runner goes. Pitch is down low, and Christian Dunn, a catcher, is going to steal that base.
Can't leave off no award.
Ball 3. I wasn't done. Luke Lawson, no award. Luke Lawson from Halls High School, no award. Also from Knoxville Catholic. All right, who else we got from Knoxville? 3-1 pitch, runner in scoring position. Nice play there on the pick by Jonathan Vagoa, and Walker Strange is going to take a walk. So a hit batter and a walk, and that may end the afternoon for Reed Leonard as head coach Greg Dennis makes an appearance. He looks like probably already made the call to the bullpen as somebody's coming out of that bullpen. We may have to quit switching over to our in-between innings guy and keep it right here so that our cameras don't go off. But that'll be the end of the afternoon for Reed Leonard, who goes 3+ innings of work, gives up 1 hit, 2 runs to this point, but the 2 batters out, or 2 runners, are his responsibility. And our new pitcher is number 20, Donovan Peebles.
Smyrna.
From Smyrna, Tennessee, 6'3", 205 freshman. Brody, do you know where high school he went to?
Went to Smyrna High School. Played against him.
Did he? Okay. Brody Milton, my research analyst, says that he played against him.
He struck out to him. No.
Smyrna High School. The high school made famous by
Sonny Gray.
Sonny Gray from Smyrna. He's a Smyrna Bulldog. So Reed Leonard walked 2 batters, hit 4, struck out 3 in his 3 innings of work. Right now on the hook for the loss, but we are a good distance away from the conclusion of this game. Let's go to our Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone alumni spotlight now that we have a little bit of time at this pitching change. I want to thank Randy West over at Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone for their donation of a pallet of brick pavers. Also Keith Green, the division manager at the Gallatin Yard. Richard Waltz, Carter Waltz's dad, one of the VolState pitchers, is also a division manager in the Clarksville office. They've got offices in Tennessee, Georgia, Kentucky, and Alabama. But I want to thank Allie Cassidy Brick and Stone for sponsoring our alumni spotlight. Today's alumni spotlight is Wesley Robinson, a right-handed pitcher out of Beach High School. He played here at VolState in 2009, 2010. Then went on to play at Middle Tennessee State University. He was a right-handed pitcher and a sidewinder. I saw him play in high school. He actually played with my son over at Beach High School. Is Donovan Peebles. First pitch to Gage Hoover is wide of the mark. Hoover had an RBI single with the bases loaded in the second inning. Drove in the first run of the game, the Framework Athletics first run of the game. He bats here with 2 on and nobody out. Son of Mike and Angie Hoover, or Angela. Some people call her Angie and some people call her Angela. I know this, she can make some brownies and some cookies because she delivered down in Millington, boys. I'm just going to tell you, that was some good food. I even shared those with Coach McGuire. I said, I can't keep these to myself. Time is called. The time clock got him, and it is ball 3. It was Brody Milton, our clock operator. Toyota of Gallatin scoreboard operator. It's not a clock, doesn't have a clock on there, okay? The umpire in the middle of the field is keeping the clock, and that is ball 4.
Number 14, Corbin Overbay.
Corbin Overbay steps to the plate. Sevier County, what is their nickname?
Smoky Bears.
Are they really? The Sevier County Smoky Bears. Are you joking?
I think I'm being serious.
What do you mean you think? You either are or you're not. I mean,
Well, if they're not the Smoky Bears, then I'm joking.
don't joke. Strike called. The sophomore second baseman. Bases loaded, nobody out. Hit batter and 2 walks.
It is the Smoky Bears.
Smoky Bears from Sevier County. There's a slider in there for a called strike. Overbay now down in the count 0-2. Sevier County High School, made famous by
Dolly Parton.
Dolly Parton. Look at you. You are 2 for 2, Brody Melton. A wealth of knowledge, of useful information. That's probably useless information. 0-2 pitch. That gets through.
Uh-oh.
Here comes Dunn, and no throw. Christian Dunn's going to score the 3rd run of the game, and everybody else moves up 90 feet. Pioneers lead 3-1. I have to look at that again to see if that's a pass ball or a wild pitch. I thought it got into the dirt, but may have been real close. I would assume Jonathan Vagoa would say I should have had it, but for purposes of earned runs and whatnot, I think it's probably a wild pitch. He did drop down to try to block that one. Overbay with a nice take there. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Game 2 of the doubleheader today. Chat State won 8-2 in game 1. Pioneers trying to get a split here of the doubleheader. Have the opportunity to win the series tomorrow in a 9-inning game. Popped up to the right side. Overbay got jammed. It's over toward the dugout and hits the top of the dugout. Corbin Overbay must have spent a little extra time in the Word this morning. Maybe prayed a little bit harder and got that prayer right there answered. I think he thought he was going to be taking his bat back to the dugout. But the wind blowing in from center field pushed that ball just a little bit. Got it off the Chat State dugout. 2-2 count. Just low and outside, and we'll have a full count ministries. Full count, Corbin Overbay, one of the 5 position players to be part of the full count 242 group. He and my research analyst, Brody Melton, along with Cam Hodges, Zach Zimmerly, and who am I missing? I'm missing Drew Webster. Number 7, full count pitch.
Yes.
It's a ground ball, hard hit to shortstop. That's going to drive in a run. Nice play by Trevison over at shortstop, but an RBI ground out. They'll drive in.
Number 1, Logan Molnar.
Another run, 4-1. VolState now leads. And that's the first out of the inning. So a productive out. Nice play by Trevison. Walker Strange comes in to score. Gage Hoover has to stay put at second base. Logan Molnar steps in. He's probably glad Reed Leonard is out of the game. Struck out twice against Reed. There's a ground ball down the third base line. It's a foul ball, says our home plate umpire. Throw from Chamley in the dirt, but that was a close play. Right now, Chamley needs to be pretty happy about that call, but Coach McGuire thinks that's a fair ball. The umpire has to come out of his position quickly and come up to the plate to see where that is, and then from 90 feet away, he has to make a determination as to whether or not that ball crossed over the top of the bag or in fair territory or in foul territory. So a tough call. Another ground ball to short. And Trevison gets the last two outs and gets his counterpart.
Now batting, number 9, Zach.
Logan Molnar, who's now 0 for 3. Zach Zimmerly steps to the plate. The Pioneers scored 2 runs in the inning, has not picked up a hit yet. Zimmerly 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. Looking to change that right here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Slider misses low and away. Christian Dunn was hit by a pitch on the first pitch he saw from Reed Leonard. Reed Leonard then walked Walker Strange. Donovan Peebles came in and promptly walked the first batter that he faced, Gage Hoover. Corbin Overbay grounded out, driving in 1 run. Or actually, that was the second run as a wild pitch came in, and the first run scored. 2-0 pitch right down the can, and Zim maybe a little frustrated he didn't take a hack at that one. Redshirt freshman, this is his second year at VolState. His father, Jody, was our alumni spotlight in game 1. Fastball misses up. Count goes 3-1. Wesley Robinson, this game's alumni spotlight, now works with his dad, Scott Robinson, over at Olympian Construction. They're located in Hendersonville, and they do large commercial construction jobs. 3-1 pitch. Zimmerly starts to go and holds up. Pitch is called a strike. Well, the Full Count Ministries full count. If you got a baseball player in your family and you want to send them on a mission trip to Nicaragua, Full Count Ministries would be a great spot for that to happen. Fouled off, full count, first pitch foul ball. Zach Zimmerly actually also played in the high school fall league that Full Count puts on every year, has since 2013. Played for Kevin Pomeroy, at least the last couple of years. Full count pitch. Another foul ball. The statue at third base, Jim McGuire, does not move. 3 years now I've been watching him. He's never made a play on a ground ball. Hot smash, I understand. Those easy one hoppers, he just steps to the side. Actually, it's pretty smart. Can't get a broken finger if you don't try to make a play. Full count pitch, driven out to left field. Back goes Braden Graves, but he'll get under it and make the catch. 4 out number 3, but the Pioneers plate 2 on no hits. Not off the bat, but off the wallet. No errors. 1 runner left on base. After 4, we're scheduled for 7. VolState leads 4-1. We'll stay right here and turn the volume down on it, but we won't go to the Pioneer man in between innings. We'll be right back. Top of the fifth. VolState with a 4-1 lead.
Sucolo.
Connor Sokulo will step to the plate. He's 0 for 2. Facing Brett Dowling. Back out for his third inning of work. He delivers a strike right down the can. We are no longer at the end of the fourth. Struck out in the first, flew out in the second. Now he's driven one over the head of Stephen Bell. That will one-hop the fence. Bell gets out there and gets to it. There's a leadoff double by Sokulo. It's the first ball that's gotten over the head of an outfielder today.
Now batting number
About
30.
the only place it's going to happen is going to be in right field. That wind's blowing across the field from center field to right field, maybe into the corner a bit. Sokulo now 1 for 3. Second hit of the game for Chat State, who came in as the leading hitting team in the conference. And a pitch gets off the glove of Christian Dunn inside, nearly hit Scotty Dean. And Sokulo moves up to third. All right, there's a coin flip right there on whether that's a pass ball or a wild pitch. I think Christian Dunn thought that ball was going to hit him. Count now, 2 balls and no strikes. I'm going to go pass ball on that. Dean 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout. Just missed down, I'm guessing. Down goes 3-0. On deck, Jonathan Bagoa, the catcher. A 3-0 pitch. Doesn't get the call on that outside river, and that's ball 4, putting runners at the corners.
Now batting number 8.
Well, the first 2
Go.
reach here in the top of the 5th inning. A right-hander warming in the VolState bullpen. Second walk of the game by Brett Dowling. Is that, in fact, the man from Parrish, Florida down there?
Thought it looked like Hannah Lewis.
As I say, that is not Noah Eatman. Breaking pitch in there for called strike.
Hannah Lewis.
Is that, in fact, our DH? It is. Big number 30 on his back, loosening in the bullpen. Tying run at the plate, nearly got hit on the left arm with that breaking pitch.
Got it making it too.
Vagoa's 0 for 2, fly out and a strikeout. Scotty Dean leads off of first. Connor Sokulo at third, a swing and a miss. Dean heads back to first. Like the first and third play was on to go ahead and throw through. Try to get Dean at second, but he did not take off. Dowling looking for the strikeout. Nice block by Christian Dunn from Collierville, Tennessee. Two balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runners at the corners, runner goes. There's a line drive. Logan Molnar catches it. And it's just a nice, easy throw over to first base for a dudette double play.
Massive.
As Dean was off with the pitch. So line out into a double play. And runner on third with 2 outs. Soft line drive hit right up the middle.
Yes.
Braden Graves did not go. He struck out twice in his first 2 plate appearances. So a fortuitous turn of events for the Pioneers. And Dowling's got a chance to get out of the inning without giving up a run. Another nice block by Christian Dunn behind the plate. Popped up to the right side. That should get out of play. Count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Caleb Peak all over it. Noah Ward replaces him in the first seat in the second row on the left. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at third. That's going to score a run right there, that wild pitch. Just so close. That'll also bring us to a full count. Ministries full count as that wild pitch over the glove of Christian Dunn. Right now, that's going to be showing as an unearned run due to the pass ball that got Sakulo over to third base, but it could turn into an earned run depending on what happens here. Foul ball at the plate. The suspense is still there. Sakulo began the inning with a double that one hop the right field fence and a strikeout or a walk to Scotty Dean, put 2 runners on, but Sakulo reached third base on what this unofficial score deemed was a pass ball. Popped up, that'll get out of play. That was the pitch that nearly hit Scotty Dean, but Christian Dunn could not haul in. Sakulo ended up on third. Another full count offering from Brett Dowling. There's a line drive base hit into left field. That now makes that run earned. And a 2-out base hit for Braden Givens. And a new batter for Mason Page. Jack Murray, who pinch hit in game 1, is going to pinch hit here.
Now batting number 11, Jack Murray.
Jack Murray from Sycamore High School, I determined. Would assume, I'm not sure if he'll go into right field or not. He might not. Tyler Jones winning the right field in game 1 of the doubleheader. First pitch gets in there and a called strike. Two hits in the inning for Chat State. Breaking pitch fouled off to the right side. Count goes 0-2. Cade Johnson started the game, went 2 innings. Did not allow a hit, but gave up 1 run, which was earned. Walked 7 batters, struck out 4. Could not find the zone today. Good pitch by Dowling to keep it down. That one just a little bit too low, as Murray either was fooled on the pitch or he had a really, really good eye. 1 run in, so runner on first with 2 outs. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Logan Molnar gloves and Tried to step on second base, could not, and the throw is in the dirt to Connor Paul. They're going to hold the runner at third base as Paul gets the ball back in. That'll be an error on Logan Molnar. Runners now at second and third with 2 outs. I thought maybe Molnar had a chance. Couldn't get the footwork at second base to step on the base there, but his throw his momentum was moving him toward the right fielder. He tried to throw across his body, and throw went on the outfield side of first base, and Connor Paul could not handle it. So now runners at second and third with 2 outs, and the number 9 hole hitter Colin Trevison.
For Colin Trevison.
Backup shortstop to Connor Linkfield, who's not playing, watching and listening from, I assume, Chattanooga. Trevison 0 for 1, walked and grounded out. You want to do something here before that old Brody Ballou has a chance to bat. He is on deck. Time is called. Base umpire, I'm not sure what was going on there, but he saw something that he didn't like. Now I'm seeing what that flash is. It's somebody's cell phone out there to my left. The runner's going to come to the plate on the another pass ball, I think. Another run comes in to score. Pitch was low and outside, but popped out of Christian Dunn's glove. And a heads-up play by Braden Graves. And 4-3. Swinging a foul ball at the plate. Two runs in the inning. So far on 2 hits. That run will definitely be unearned as the inning continued because of the error. Breaking pitch just misses outside. And the count now goes 3 balls and a strike. Not sure what the conversation is between the home plate umpire and Colin Trevison is, but apparently they're in agreement. 3 balls and a strike. The runner standing at third base. It's the tying run. As Dunn smothers that one. And putting runners at the corners again, and Brody Ballou will step to the plate. Second walk of the inning, third walk of the game for Brett Dowling. Stephen Bell has moved way over into right center. I've never seen a right fielder play that far over. As the outfield is swung around a little bit. Zach Zimmerly is heading toward left center field. Give you I don't know if you can see that on that view. First pitch to Ballou is outside the zone. Brody Ballou hits a ground ball down the right field line. He's got an inside the park home run. Throw over to first. But Ballou has not pulled a ball all day, but he's only hit the ball 3 times. All 3 hits. Fastball's up. May not be the worst thing that happens if Brody Ballou walks again here. He's got to be hitting 500 for the season, I would think. He has 3 hits today, 38 in. No, he's just a hair under 500. The wind picking up. Blowing straight in from center field. 3-0 pitch to the leadoff batter, Brody Ballou. Gets on that outside corner for a called strike. Not sure I'd want to pitch Brody Ballou outside because he's just going to go that way, but you pitch him inside and he turns on one. There's no place to go. Runner takes off and it's ball 4. And that loads the bases. 4th walk of the game, 3rd in the inning, and that brings Cade Chamley to the plate. He's walked twice and struck out once. Brett Dowling going to get an opportunity to retire Chamley. VolState had a chance to get out of the inning without giving up any runs. Have now given up 2, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Single, an error, and 2 walks. Wind blowing in. Stephen Bell now moved back to his regular position in right field. Zimmerly playing straight away. Gage Hoover out in left field. Popped up and out of play. The metal spikes of Caleb's Pika. .38 for 78 now, Brody Ballou. What is that? 38 for 78. Figure that out for me there, Mr. Brody Melton. Fouled off again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. .487. It's crazy as you go 3 for 4. You're hitting .473, and you only raise your average 14 points. Timeout called by Christian Dunn, or asked for and granted by our home plate umpire. Wants to give Brett Dowling a different set of signs. Dowling has the sign now, in the 1-2 pitch on the way. Fouled off again, out of play. Went to a high school baseball game yesterday. It was about 49 degrees outside. Stood there in 7 innings and no sunshine. Beach High School versus Franklin County High School. I believe that is Mike Crosland, the former VolState head coach, that is the head coach of Franklin County, and Beach won that game. There is strike 3 at the knees, taken by Cade Chamley. Wow, that's a surprise that he took that pitch, but VolState needed that one to hang on to the lead. His first strikeout of the inning. That's his 5th, Brett Dowling's. But Chattanooga State scores 2 runs, only 1 earned, 2 hits. 1 big Pioneer error, 3 more runners left on base. That's 3 out of the 5 innings that Chattanooga State has left the bases loaded. They have left 11 on after 5. We're scheduled for 7 here, and VolState leads 4-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Again, we'll stay on the video here, but we'll take a break audio-wise. You're listening to the VolState Sports Network.
Now batting number 20.
Tim Reese back on the VolState Sports Network. VolState with the 4-3 lead will send 3, 4, and 5 to the plate to face Donovan Peebles, relief pitcher for Chat State. Came on in relief of Reed Leonard. Bell is 0 for 2, lined out in the third, looks at ball one. All 4 of the runs are charged to Reed Leonard. Only gave up 1 hit. Walked 2, struck out 3, but hit 4 batters. Off the end of the bat, just goes foul. That had some English on it, maybe some Spanish and German as well. It was twisting and turning down there. It was a multilingual. Yeah, sometimes you're lateral, sometimes you're lingual. Parker White has shown up here, and it looks like some of these pitchers have gotten a little bit cold out there and have taken refuge here in the press box where it's somewhat toasty. VolState with 2 in the second and 2 in the fourth. Bat here in the bottom of the 5th. Looking to add on, maybe get a couple more hits. 4 runs on 1 hit. Bell now looking at a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Check the email. Dave Eatman did send in an email earlier. I was waiting for Mason Page, Dave, to come back up to the plate, but he ended up getting pinch hit for. 3-1 pitch to Bell. Yes. It drives out. It went into the gap. And maybe that'll get to the wall. Bell steps on first base, cruises into second. Brody Ballew's throw in is not in time, and Stephen Bell with a leadoff double here in the bottom of the second inning. Bell gets a rope into right center field. Cannon Lewis was warming up in the bullpen. Our designated hitter steps to the plate. Now 2 hits in the ball game for VolState. Lewis hit by a pitch and flew out to center field. Trying to drive in a run here in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking pitch. The bottom of the letters in there for a called strike. Have our camera open up here in the press box, our window open, so that we can have our field mic outside, getting some of the sights and the sounds. Not the sights, but sounds. The cameras are hopefully getting the sights. Sometimes it freezes, though. Even cameras get cold, as we've experienced here today. Hopefully we can get that fixed by tomorrow's game. It begins at 1 p.m. 9-inning contest. Ground ball to the left side. That's not going to get the runner over. Trevison's throw over to Scotty Dean is in time to retire Cannon Lewis for out number 1.
Now batting number 32.
Connor Paul steps to the plate. He is 0 for 2, scored a run. Reached on a fielder's choice. Connor Paul going to look to pull a ball here. Fastball's up. You guys left Caleb Pica down there all by himself, didn't you? Noah Ward, Parker White. What kind of teammates are you? Paul fouls a fastball that's outside. He fouls that one off to the left side. Popped up. That'll be easy for Cade Chamley at third base. Route number 2.
Now batting number 23, Christian Dunn.
Christian Dunn will come to the plate. Been hit by a pitch twice. As a group of folks get up to leave the stands here in front of the press box. Dunn looks at a breaking pitch down. You would think with that pop out that they were here for Connor Paul. Parker, is that I think that would be an astute observation there. One ball. Tapper foul toward the VolState dugout. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike. On deck, Walker Strange hoping to get an at-bat here in the 5th. Chat State was basically in this same situation in the top of the inning. They did have their first 2 guys on, but a line-out double play ended up with a man at third and 2 outs. Chat State able to push across 2. VolState hoping for the same action here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Christian Dunn now down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swings and misses, and that will end the inning for VolState. A leadoff double by Stephen Bell, and he doesn't get off the bag. We are headed to the 6th. We will see who they send out there. See if we got a new pitcher for the Pioneers. We'll be right back on the VolState Sports Network. Summit Concrete call to the bullpen for the Pioneers. 6'4", 235-pound freshman Trent Miller from Greenbrier High School out of Greenbrier, Tennessee, on in relief of Brett Dowling,
Miller,
son of Bill and Treva Miller, brother to Presley and Kendall, grandson of Mamaw and Nanny. He is on in relief of Brett Dowling, who went 3 innings, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, only 1 earned unofficially. 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. And Brett Dowling in line for the win here. He came on in relief of Caden Johnson, who went 2 innings of work. This is Trent Miller's 5th appearance of the year, all in relief. It's one save in his 6 innings of work. 8 hits, 11 runs, 6 earned, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts. Has plunked 5 batters. Trying to keep the ball off the flesh of Chat State players here as we go to the top of the 6th inning. C.J. Morrow leading off. Looks at ball 1. .5'8" and a crouch. Got a pretty small strike zone up there. That one's poured in there on the outside corner for a called strike. Miller has 1 save on the year. Looking to pick up his 2nd save. This will have to be a 2-inning save. Morrow walked twice and struck out. Miller looked like he wanted to throw one through Christian Dunn there and ends up a little high and outside. On deck, Connor Sakulo. He'll be followed by Scotty Dean, I think. 3-1 pitch is ball 4. And Morrow just walked for like the 18th time today.
Now batting, number 10, Connor Sakulo.
Each of the 3 pitchers for VolState here in Game 2. And one of the 3, I think, in Game 1 has walked the first batter he faced. That is the 12th walk of this game. Runner starts to go. Bunt is laid down, but it will go foul. Sakulo never left the batter's box. Knew that wasn't coming back. Tying run is on at first base. Sakulo's 1 for 3. Doubled to lead off the 5th inning. Ended up coming in to score on a wild pitch after a pass ball got him to third base. Throw to first, not in time. VolState scored the first run of Game 1 and then ended up losing 8-2. Chat State scored the first run of this game as Sakulo swings and misses at a high fastball. Then VolState scored 2 in the bottom of the 2nd, 2 in the bottom of the 4th. Chat State with 2 in the top of the 5th as we play here in the top of the 6th inning. Miller looking to retire Sakulo, and that pitch missed somewhere. One ball, 2 strikes on Connor Sakulo. Throw over to first. He's back in time. Game 3 of the series tomorrow, 1 p.m. Central Time. Try to be on about 15 minutes before game time. Have the audio going at 12:50. Brody, you're not going to miss any classes tomorrow, are you? You have classes that will prevent you from getting to the ballpark? Swing and a miss on a slider. Nice pitch by Trenton Miller.
I'll be at the ballpark in time for the game.
Okay.
Not in time for BP.
Now batting, number 32, Scotty Dean.
So after a walk, now a strikeout, Scotty Dean steps to the plate. He's walked twice and struck out once. Miller's fastball misses away. No changes in the Pioneer defense to this point. Gage Hoover still out in left. Zimmerly in center. So the throw goes to first base. Stephen Bell in right field. Walker Strange at third. Logan Molnar at short. Corbin Overbay at second. Connor Paul first base. And Christian Dunn still behind the plate. Trent Miller is the third pitcher of the game for the Pioneers. Big thanks to Chuck Akers over at Summit Concrete, another former player of Coach McGuire at MTSU. Appreciate his help on the bullpens here as the pitch comes in. It's high. See if I can get that second ball up there. 2 balls, no strikes to Scotty Dean. 12 walks here for the Pioneers in game 2. There was 12 in game 1. It's not going to be a lot of fun looking back at the stats on this one for the Pioneers pitching staff. But they might trade it all for a win here in game 2. You can split with a number 18 team in the country with a chance to win the series tomorrow. That would be all you could ask for. That pitch just missed above the letters. Count goes 3 balls and a strike. Jonathan Vagoa, the catcher, on deck, wearing the shin guards. That shows extreme non-confidence. I'll just have to tell you, in Scotty Dean, he thinks Scotty Dean's got a chance of grounding into a double play, but Scotty Dean's going to take a walk. That puts runners at first and second. Trent Miller, who has struggled with the strike zone at times as well, has walked 2 of the 3 batters he's faced here in the 6th inning. Bagoa steps in. I think he's our only regular that's played today that has not walked. He has been hit by a pitch, but he has not walked today. That slider missing somewhere. I'm not sure where it's missing, but maybe outside's the only thing I can think there. It says Bagoa's 6 foot here, but I think that might be stretching it a bit. Caught both ends of the doubleheader. Swing and a foul tip at the plate. Pioneers have turned, I believe, 4 double plays today. They turned 3 ground ball double plays in game 1 of the doubleheader and had a line out to Logan Molnar earlier in this game. Scotty Dean was doubled off at first. Hey, Miller throws that slider hard. Doesn't look like he takes a whole lot off of that thing. Count now 2 balls and a strike. Nobody loosening in the Pioneer bullpen.
Oh my God.
That zone has gotten tight. 3 balls and a strike.
Sorry.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss, and we have a full count. Ministries full count. Braden Graves, left fielder, stands on deck, but Trent Miller be happy to get a ground ball to Logan Molnar up the middle. He might take a strikeout too. 3-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss, and Vagoa goes down on strikes. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in the inning.
Braden Graves.
And now Graves will bat with 2 out and 2 on. He's 1 for 3, struck out twice, singled and scored in the 5th. Swing and fouls that at the plate. Graves from Knoxville, Tennessee. I did not look to see where he's from. Parker White still up here, or he go back down?
He's back down right now.
He could have been a research analyst for me. The Knoxville West product. Popped up. May get out of play. Christian Dunn's going to come over to the wall, the fence, and it will fall outside the field of play. Now goes 0-2. Pitch coming from Trent Miller, way high as Christian Dunn has to get up on his tippy toes to get that one. Coreyton, Tennessee, where Perfect Games says he's from. Gibbs High School. Not heard of it, but 1-2 pitch. High fly ball out to center field. Zach Zimmerly will come in, and he'll squeeze the glove. He will retire another batter to end the inning. And Trent Miller works out of the jam. It's created by a couple of walks. VolState retains the lead 4-3. They're going to try to play add-on here in the bottom of the 6th inning. See if we have a new pitcher out on the mound for Chat State. We will. In that inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. Turn that volume down. Head to the bottom of the 6th. See who our new pitcher is. Ryan Wells, another Ontario. Caledon, Ontario, 6'4", 180 pounds, sophomore. Ryan Wells will get his first appearance of the weekend. He's pitched a lot for Chat State. This will be his 9th appearance of the year. He and Kendall Brewer were tied for Chat State with appearances at 8. Ryan Wells has a 3-0 record, 6.10 ERA, has a couple saves in 10 innings of work. Struck out 10 batters, giving up 8 hits. He is in relief of Donovan Peebles. Nothing but right-handers for Chat State today. It's not the same Ryan Wells that played for VolState a couple years ago. Donovan Peebles goes 2 innings of work. Gives up 1 hit. No runs. Walked 1 batter. Struck out a batter. And did not hit a person.
Now batting, number 17, Walker.
Walker Strange, Gage Hoover, Corbin Overbay scheduled to face Ryan Wells here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Fastball misses inside. Strange been hit by a pitch and walked, scored a run. Fastball catches the knees or called strike. Wonder if these two played against each other in high school. Not sure where Gibbs is. I'm sorry. It's not Ryan Wells.
Oh, God.
Oh, you got to take one in the back right there. Walker Strange. Don't take it in the face. Turn around, take it in the back. Don't take it off the hand either, right, Brody? Don't want to take one off the hand. That was Braden Graves, who's a young man from Gibbs. Swinging a foul ball. I think Walker may have thought that was off his body. He didn't start running, but our home plate umpire came out to check that one to see if it was going to stay fair. Two-two pitch. Up the middle. C.J. Morrow gets it on the hop and throws over to Scotty Dean for out number 1.
Now batting, number 16.
Walker Strange got jammed on that pitch. Morrow's played an excellent second base today. Gage Hoover steps in. 1 for 1. RBI single in the second and a walk in the fourth. Drive out to right field. Let's see who our new right fielder is, since that's not Mason Page. And that is Tyler Jones out in right field.
Now batting, number 14, Corbin Overbay.
Mason Page was pinch hit for in the top of the 5th. And Tyler Jones, I assume, then went out to right field. I didn't notice who took Mason Page's spot, but Overbay looks at ball 1. And pops that one out of play. Count goes 1 ball, 1 strike to Overbay. He's 0 for 1. He's got 2 RBIs. Got 1 on a walk and another one on a ground out. Breaking pitch. It's a good pitch there by Ryan Wells. Don't think it missed high. And I've seen pitches called there on the outside corner of that plate. Two-one. Driven down that left field line, but it will go foul. Hit right in front of the VolState bullpen. The count goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's a drive into left field. That'll get down for a base hit. Corbin Overbay. I think that is now his official first hit. He got it in the game that ultimately got canceled at Motlow State. His first hit of the year, but picks it up here with 2 outs. He's now 1 for 2. Logan Molnar steps in. He's 0 for 3 for the game. Overbay leads off first base. Molnar backs away from the pitch, but gets out of the glove of Jonathan Vagoa, and Overbay saw that quickly and headed down to second. I believe that's going to be a pass ball. Another pitch down in the dirt. This one blocked by Vagoa. Molnar struck out in the first and the second inning, grounded out in the fourth. Now loading a 3-0 count. Let's see if he's got the green light here in 3-0 with 2 outs. No sign delivered from Jim McGuire down at third base. So this might be on his own if he wants to take a hack, and he will not. That pitch is down low anyway. Ball 4, putting runners at first and second with 2 outs. Zach Zimmerly will step to the plate, but before that, we'll have a mound visit from Dion Felger, the pitching coach, to come out and talk to Ryan Wells, who retired the first two that he faced. Ground out and a fly out, but single by Overbay, and now a 4-pitch walk to Logan Molnar. Runners at first and second, and Zach Zimmerly is due. Grounded out in the first, struck out to end the second, flew out to end the fourth. He does not want to end the 6th inning here, and
Now batting number 9, Zach.
be his last at bat, probably of the game. He wants to get him one right here. There's a ground ball off, gloved by Wells, and he will underhand to Scotty Dean at first base for out number 3. So, in fact, Zimmerly does end the 6th on a ground out. Nice play by Wells to get out of the jam. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We are headed to the 7th. VolState needs 3 outs before Chattanooga State could score a run. They want to split this doubleheader here and get back home, get warm, and then try to get out here and win the series. But you got to win this game first. We are headed to the top of the 7th inning. We'll be right back after this break on the VolState Sports Network.
Number 35, Tyler Jones.
Jersey Mike sub in the game here. Tyler Jones steps to the plate. Came in for Jack Murray, who pinch hit for Mason Page. And the first pitch that Tyler Jones sees hits him. That's the tying run.
Now batting number 4, Colin Trevison.
That's the 6th hit batter of the year by Trent Miller. Colin Trevison steps to the plate. And if we don't see a sacrifice bunt right here, unless, of course, an error delivers Tyler Jones, but throw over to first base, not in time. Trevison is 0 for 1 as he squares the bunt. First pitch is down low. Walker Strange crashing from third. Overbay headed over to first base. Connor Paul has to wait at first base till the pitch is delivered. Now, Trent Miller's going to have to try to throw a strike when he sees a guy squaring around. Instead, he throws one over the head of Trevison. Sometimes this is very difficult for a pitcher to throw a strike to allow a guy to bunt the ball. Throw over to first, not in time. Two balls, no strikes, nobody out. Now it's a 3-0 count. Shows on the scoreboard. You can leave it there. It is a 3-0 count. That pitch was close. Trevison wasn't squaring that time. Ball 4. Chat State now with 2 on. And Brody Ballou steps to the plate.
Now batting number.
Before Brody steps in, we'll have a visit by pitching coach Sam Folks. That is the 3rd walk of the game by Trent Miller. Came in relief of Brett Dowling. Caden Johnson started the game, went 2 innings. Dowling middle 3, and Trent Miller trying to finish it out here, and he's going to need some help probably. He's going to have to throw strikes for sure. Brody Ballou has only been retired 1 time in, he's been to the plate 10 times?
5, Brody Ballou.
9 times. This is his 10th time to come to the plate today. He has walked 5 times. He's got 3 hits. He's struck out 1 time. He is 9 for 10 on base. Or 8 for 9, I'm sorry. Trent Miller looking for that line drive triple play. Brody Ballou's going to square around the bunt. Pitch is outside for ball 1. Walker Strange was not coming on that bunt, and the bunt is out in front of the plate. Christian Dunn out on it in the dirt. It gets through Corbin Overbay's legs, and 1 run's going to score. They're going to send the runner. Throw to the plate is to Christian Dunn, and the tag is made, and Trevison is out at the plate. Ballou moves all the way over to third base. He gets the sack bunt down, but reaches on the air. And we're tied.
Now batting number 3
with 1 out.
Cade Shanley.
And that's going to be the 5th run of the game on the wild pitch high. Pioneers have shot themselves in the foot here in the 7th. Count now is 2 balls and no strikes as 2 runs have come in. Hit batter a walk, an error. Popped out of play. Nobody on, 1 out. Cade Shamley, who's walked twice, has struck out twice. Chat State now with the lead 5-4. And it looks like Coach McGuire is going to ride or die with Trent Miller. Nobody loosening in the bullpen. Not at least on the mound. Fly ball to deep center field. Back goes Zimmerly. He's turned around and now gets under it to make the catch for out number 2. C.J. Morrow steps to the plate.
Morrow.
Swing and a miss on a fastball. Morrow's walked 3 times in this game. Walked 3 times in game 1. Is 0 for the game, or 0 for the day. But it's been on. 6 times, scored only 1 run today. He's grounded into 2 double plays. Bats here with 2 out and nobody on. Looks now at a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Breaking pitch gets in there for a called strike. Nice pitch by Trent Miller. There's another one in there for a called strike. Miller got those last 2 breakers in there, and C.J. Morrow goes back to get his glove and his hat. He'll head out to second base, but the Chattanooga State Tigers take the lead in the top of the 7th inning. And I don't even know if they're earned or not. One of them's at least not earned. Have to do some figuring there. I don't think we're going to have any earned runs. But they scored 2 without the aid of a hit. 1 error. Nobody left on base. We are headed to the bottom of the 7th. Pioneers need 1 to keep this game going, or 2 to win. Take a quick break on the VolState Sports Network. Stephen Bell will lead off for the Pioneers in the bottom of the 7th inning. 3, 4, and 5 due up. Cannon Lewis on deck. And then Connor Paul to follow. Stephen Bell made a nice throw to retire what would have been the 6th run. Ryan Wells back out on the mound now, looking for a win for Chat State. First 2 pitches he delivers to Bell is outside the zone. Stephen Bell at a line drive double to the gap in right center field, out to the line-to-line sign out in right center field. Looks at a fastball in the outside corner for a called strike. What it take till you get a strike, you need base runners here. Cade Chamley is way off the base at third. Nice place to go with an outside pitch right there. That was the one you wanted to shoot down that third base line, and I think that's exactly what Stephen Bell was trying to do. Bell 1 for 3 here in game 2. Oh for 1 in game 1. That's exactly what he's trying to do. Fouls that one off, though. Line drive. Let's see if Chamley moves a little bit closer to the base, and he will start moseying over that way. Pitch outside. We'll have a full count. Ministries full count. Stay tuned after the game. We'll have our full count Ministries verse of the game. Read some emails if you want to stick around. I have not looked, as the tying run is now on at first base with a leadoff walk. Second walk of the game by Ryan Wells. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Cannon Lewis as Drew Webster will step to the plate.
Now batting, number 7, Drew Webster.
I'm guessing Drew Webster's up there to put down a sacrifice bunt. Be my guess. Allison Page checked in on the email and Talking about Mason Page of Palmetto, son of Sean and Allison Page, sister of Lauren. Would have liked to have seen a Mason Page, Noah Eatman matchup as Drew gets the bunt down. Morrow over to take the throw from Scotty Dean. I'm sorry, I switched the wrong way to the camera. I apologize. Drew Webster laid the bunt down and moved the runner over.
Now batting, number 32.
So a sacrifice bunt. Gets the runner to second. Now Connor Paul will step in for a chance to tie this ball game up. First pitch in there for a called strike. Paul 0 for 3 on the day. Ground ball to short. This will get a runner over to third, but Trevison's throw to first base is the second out. And now the Pioneers looking for a wild pitch or a pass ball or an infield error or something to get this thing tied. Christian Dunn steps to the plate. He is 0 for 1. Fastball nearly hit him again. It almost looked like that was a defensive swing to keep another ball off of him. Fouls that one off. And goes 1 ball, 1 strike. Just outside. So we have an Ohio State Buckeyes fan that is checked in, did not. The Gaitha Meadows, maybe. From one Buckeye fan right here, as a matter of fact, OH. Another foul ball, and the Pioneers down to their final strike. Grandparents of a Chat State player. Appreciate your kind comments on the email. Connor Linkfield did check in and say he's out for the season with a torn labrum. Fly ball out to center field. Brody Ballou should handle this one, and he will for out number 3. Let's get that second out, and then now the third out, as that will end the ball game. And Chat State a come from behind victory, 5-4. And the Pioneers now will have to come back to try to salvage 1 win tomorrow. As VolState gives up 2 runs in the top of the 7th inning. Ryan Wells will get the win. Let's see what that moves Wells' record to. Wells is now 4-0 on the season. And the loss will go to Trent Miller. That is his first collegiate loss. He is 0 for 1. Chat State moves to 4-1 in conference play, and VolState will fall to 1-3. It is the 21st win of the year of 25 games for Chat State. VolState falls to 5-10. And they had a chance to win that one and split this series, but just could not get it done. Ryan Wells goes 2 innings, gives up 1 hit, no runs, walked 2, did not strike out a batter. And as I said, gets the win. VolState with 4 runs, 3 hits, 2 errors in the game. Costly one there in the 7th inning. Chattanooga State, 5 runs on only 3 hits. They had no errors. So they win this game 5-4. They won game 1 8-2. See if we got any more shout outs. See, I think I might have gotten all of them. Mimi has checked in multiple times today on the treesesports@gmail.com. Mimi's missing that chat up on the YouTube side. They won't bring that back, Mimi. So let's get to the Full Count Ministries verse of the game. My man Brody Melton, who was going to bring it to us, he walked out the door. Braxton Alexander probably has it. Philippians 4:4. That says, rejoice in the Lord always. I say again, rejoice. That's one of them that I was trying to get my guys. The 10, Braxton's one of the 10. Talked about it this week. We just finished the book of Philippians. And I said, if you want to memorize a verse, that's a pretty easy one to start with. Philippians 4:4, rejoice in the Lord always. I say again, rejoice. That is our Full Count Ministries verse of the game. Let's see if we've got a player of the game. I mean, hard to not pick Brody Ballou. His kid was on base 9 times. He was on base on a sacrifice bunt there at the end, but he had a whale of a day at the plate. A lot of walks, but he did have 3 hits. We'll go Brody Ballou as the Toyota of Gallatin player of the game. A freshman from Siegel High School. Volunteer State Community College goes down to Chat State. 2 games to nothing in the series. Come back tomorrow at 1 o'clock to try to salvage one here at the Tim Garrett Baseball Complex. Appreciate y'all joining me today on the broadcast. Sorry for the technical issues. We'll try to get them fixed for tomorrow's broadcast. As I said, probably start at 12:45 on VolState's YouTube channel and have first pitch right around 1 p.m. For Athletic Director Bobby Hudson and Head Coach Jim McGuire, this is Tim Reese saying God bless you all. Good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow right here on the VolState Sports Network. Good night, everybody.